she's a 10, but she wants all of your passwords in your accounts. You guys are public figures. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts on that?
She's a fucking 0. She's trash.
No, he went back to Hey guys, welcome back to the Firsties podcast. I'm your host, Mila.
And I'm your host, Mella.
If you're new here, if you're a Firstie,
we're basically a safe space for first gens who dare to dream.
We like to laugh, kiki, argue.
Basically, two baddies with a mic.
I mean, I really see no lies.
None whatsoever.
I mean, we're loving each other, but I see no lies.
No lies.
So let's get into it.
Okay, so guys, this week is Eritrean Fest. Shout out all Eritreans. Love y'all down. Bum, bum, bum. But Diaspora Comedies hosted a comedy show with all the best comedians. Literally, we were in tears, crying.
In tears?
They had Sammy Montana, Gergish, Tommy,
Mr. Goopy, who's been on, Benny.
All like the best ones. It was such an amazing show. And the two of the comedians actually
graced us with their presence.
And we're so excited to have them here. How was the show? So we'll recap.
Let's do a real recap. So a couple things. We got there. The line was out the door, first of all. Let's talk there.
Crazy.
Shout out to E.T. I do want to say he took care of us. He allowed us to go backstage. We were able to go in and out from our front row seats to backstage as well to get behind the scenes that you guys are seeing, that you guys saw. So thank you for taking care of us. But the show was amazing. Literally at one point, like, Carmela was crying laughing.
Guys, there was no longer a wing liner. I cleaned it up at this point. Like, I was crying. It was insane. And even like having to see them prep beforehand. So we were getting to know them chilling. Like, it was beautiful.
I felt like so cool, like a roadie. Like we were in the backstage in the room and stuff and hanging out with them and seeing how like it's a production and stuff. So that was really cool. What was your favorite part of the show?
Of the comedy show? Definitely Sammy's line.
Shout out to him. If you haven't seen his episode, he came on Firsties. Look at that episode. I'll link it below. But he was.
Yeah, I don't want to tell his jokes, but like
when you were crying,
I was crying, like literally real time. Like I had to tell Mila, I was like, how do I stop? I've never cried like over like a comedy joke. I guess.
Yeah.
That was crazy. How about you?
For me, it would honestly say, and I think you'd agree. So when we were backstage, and you guys might have already saw the clip, or we're at it right now. They did a prayer before the show, and it's just the genuine guys, and they took care of us as well. Like, it's nice to see good people be successful. It just is get your roses, and so that was probably my favorite part. Like the brotherhood,
and it was like a team. Like I feel like we had the chance to see them like as a team. Literally talking each other, like, you know, like they were like really genuinely like just chilling in the back. Well, not really chilling because they had a show to start, but like seeing it before the actual show was like, oh, like there's a lot more work.
Oh, way more work. Yeah, me and Hermelli were taking notes.
For sure.
Okay, we're gonna add that.
Exactly.
We won't like.
It was just amazing.
But it was so much fun. I'm so glad you were with me too. We had so much fun together.
We had so much fun.
You will also see more clips on her vlog as well. So make sure you follow Hermella Moses as well.
Yeah.
But should we get into this episode?
Yeah. You want to tell them which comedians are coming on today?
Yes. So we have Thomas and Gergish coming on. Hilarious. This is actually the first time we have 4 people on the couch, like two guests.
Yeah.
So it was a lot, but it was so much fun. What do we get into? Yeah, what do we get into with this episode?
We got into relationships. We got into basically their journey as comedians as well. And a lot of fun games we were playing. He's a 10, Would You Rathers, and a lot of fun topics.
Some hot takes,
very
unpopular opinions
takes.
maybe, which we're known for. So let's get into this episode. As always, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications,
follow on firstiespod
always, and also please show love to the comics that are coming on as well. They're showing love to us, so we really appreciate that as well.
For sure.
But let's get into it. All right, guys, we are back. We have Thomas and Gergish here. We still haven't figured out to put the sounds here, so we just did it.
We're doing it manually.
Yeah, literally. So from the clips that you guys saw earlier, we were actually at your show, which was last night for us.
Yeah.
They killed it, right, Melly?
It was amazing. I literally was crying. Y'all had my makeup fucked up.
Oh my god, that literally we
Wipe
have
my
shot
spirit
like
off.
we were dying
It was
laughing.
insane.
That is a mission for sure. That's dope.
that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Really quickly before we get into like your background and stuff, when you guys were on stage, I'm a comedy buff. If you guys have seen other episodes, like I freaking love comedy. What is that feeling like when you really get a joke that like hits?
Especially like yesterday, since it was like a full house, like
Because
rowdy
really
crowd.
quickly, we were in the front row, so like
Yeah.
we were getting behind the scenes stuff too. So we were able to see people really show love to you guys. I'm like, dang, what are they feeling right now?
If I had to compare it to something, I would say it's like hit like a home run in baseball.
Okay.
Or like getting a strike bowling or something like that. And it's crazy, like even before like the laughs, like people don't realize like I'm in the back before my sets, like 10 minutes before my show, I'm like nervous as hell. Like not nervous like, oh, they gonna laugh at my jokes, but like this crazy like anxiety feeling that I have. I'm like,
Stage
oh my
fright,
God, bro.
Yeah.
It's not even stage fright. It's like in the minute I get on stage and say my first joke and hear my first laugh, that feeling is out the window. It's crazy. I swear to God. I'm like, I'll get on this. I'm on the stage for like the next hour. You have to like drag me off. Like I don't even want to get off the stage anymore.
How about you, Thomas?
Yeah, I think now it definitely feels good. I'd definitely say the same thing as Phil, where it's like once you get that first laugh, just everything just starts rolling. You know, it's like I don't know. It kind of just feels like when you used to crack jokes, like as a kid, like in the class. It's like as soon as you say that first joke and it hits, like you could just start like tagging it on. You're like, bro, I'm here. We with it, and just keep keep rolling with it. So that's cool.
Nice.
That was like your first like comedy like experience in the beginning.
My first one. My first comedy show was my talent show in 11th grade. And I was for sure the class clown growing up for sure, but like someone forced me to do a stand up, and I was like, man, like stand up, this is gonna be hard. Like what the hell do I say and shit? But they took it well, and it was crazy because the Gergish thing didn't pop until like 7 years after that. Like I didn't even like I did comedy for my high school, won 3rd place, and that was it. Left it at that. 7-8 years later, I do the shit how much our parents say on YouTube, and that video's going crazy, and I get a call from someone from Minnesota like, yo, the festival's out here, the tournament's out here, like, do you do stand-up? We want to fly you out and pay you this much. I'm like, oh, so I'll figure it out. Like,
fly me out.
I'll figure it out for sure. But yeah, my first one was when I was in high school, my talent show.
How many minutes did you have at this time?
It was,
Good question.
that had to be, it was, I think, like a 7, maybe 8-minute set.
And how many minutes did they ask you to do?
5. They only wanted 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I definitely went over, but it's like, bro, my biggest joke was like the Habesha accent that I did. I made a joke about my dad, and bro, that shit worked. I'm like, I didn't think they was gonna laugh at that shit.
Yeah.
That shit
Because it's
worked.
relatable.
Right. Was that like when you knew like this comedy?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was already popular in high school. Like, I'm not trying to hype myself up, but like they were just shocked.
Please, hype.
They were just shocked. Like, dang, you do stand up too? We knew you were funny, but like, it was crazy, man. Like,
He's
I
like,
didn't
I'm
even
not
I didn't even
that.
think nothing about comedy afterwards like that. Like, I didn't even think it was gonna be a big deal after that.
How about for you, Thomas? How did it start? How did comedy start for you?
I started my freshman year in college, like 2 years ago.
And you're still at
Yeah,
USC,
I'm
right?
still at USC right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
unfortunately. I started because it was just like I saw everybody at USC kind of like has some type of, motion in their field, whether it's like photography or athletics. And I was like, what's my thing? Because I don't want to just be a student. And I was like, oh, man, people say I'm funny. Maybe I should start doing stand-up. And so I went to my first open mic. It was at USC. And first time I went, I just watched, like, see how it went.
Okay.
And then I was like, all right, next week I'm going to come back. And I never told anybody because I was like, bro, if I'm trash, bro, no one will ever know. These people will never see me again. I only told 2 of my friends because I need someone like run my jokes on before I went up. And like I was delusional when I first started. I think a little bit of delusion is kind of healthy when it was stand up.
Always.
I was
always
like,
says that.
yeah.
Delusion always helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning. At the beginning, you need a healthy amount. And so I was like, man, I'm finna be Eddie Murphy, dog. I'm like, this first set, bro, I'm finna kill it. I didn't kill it. It was like, But I had fun. And I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this. And I did like 3 more open mics, and I hear about this guy who runs like a show at a frat at my school. His name's Max Cars. We're still good friends. And one of my friends told me about him. He's like, oh yeah, you should tap in with him. So I texted him. I was like, hey, bro, I heard you run a show. I've only done like 3 open mics, but I got great stage presence. And you know how crazy that is. Like, you don't get where the joke's at, brother. But so I ended up doing it. I sent him a clip, and he ended up liking it. He put me on the show, and I was so nervous. I think that was the most nervous I've ever been for a show, because it was like 250 people, like people I went to school with. And I go
were
up.
you used to like the people for the open house?
No, I'm good.
You said what?
Like how many people usually came for the open house? Like,
This was at a show. Oh, for the open mic was like 20 people. Yeah.
Oh, so you went from 20 to 250.
Yeah, and like I didn't really have any jokes like that. I had like maybe like one or two jokes, and they were kind of like half baked premises. But since I went to USC, I was kind of able to figure something out. But the show ended up going well, like really well. And after my set, I was looking out in the crowd, because this is the first time like I did something good. Like I'm kind of average at everything. I was like, all right, I do well in school, but it's like, yeah, you know, I didn't do. This is the first time I was getting really good reception for anything I did. So I was like, I'm gonna do this, man. We'll do this. So yeah.
That positive reinforcement is so important, especially at the beginning of any journey, being like from your friends, from people that you can actually trust, not like internet people, because that's really important to be like, oh, I could actually do something with it. Absolutely, yeah. To me, that's terrifying. Even earlier when you said like, I think it was just 7 minutes. To me, going on stage for 7 minutes is like 7 hours. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, remember like in college you do like, maybe you've also like the public speaking class that you take like 101 or whatever, and it's like you just talk for 5 minutes. I would be like, I can't.
You know, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to doing like 45 minutes to like an hour, like headlining my own shows, obviously, and shit. But I've recently started doing open mics, like in my cities, like, so I want to try different like crowds and stuff. And these open mics are like 2 minutes to like 5 minutes long. That's the hardest part for me. I can't figure out what 2 minutes to 5 minutes to put into this set. That's way harder than it is to do 45 minutes.
I guess like you have time to like get in your groove when you're like doing 45 minutes.
I'm like,
but two is like you gotta
2
get
minutes.
prepped.
What do I give these
That's
people?
your name
and
your
It's
city.
hard, yeah.
Right.
I'm from, all right, thank you guys.
Been real, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's been wrong now. It's so real. So both of you guys do talk about in your comedy your family. Like, it's a lot about like, you know, just the Habesha shit that we deal with, which is a lot what we talk about on the show as well. So before we get into that, what does your family think about you getting into comedy? Because even though we're growing in this community, it's not a lot of us. We're very much still a minority in this space.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, the traditional career path she's supposed to choose. Lawyer,
Can we run some for the audience? What are some of them?
lawyer,
Thank you.
doctor,
Thank you.
engineer. Like, come on, man.
Top 3 and that's it.
Like, for real, like,
Nothing else.
like stand-up comedy. I'm not gonna lie, I got lucky. Like, a lot of people actually like know my dad, and he's actually a comedian. Like, not a comedian in the sense of like where he goes around stand-up comedy, but like everyone knows him. Like, he's the guy at the weddings. He comes up, says some jokes. Like, my dad's a funny
He's a
dude,
funny
but
guy.
my dad had no idea like how big it was until he came to my first show in before that, actually, he went to I was back home in Adi with him, and he's like trying to stunt on us, take us to like a really nice restaurant, and this Australian couple comes up and they're like, oh, can we take a picture with you? My dad just looking at them like, what y'all want a picture with him for? Like, oh, is this your son? Like, you should be proud, man. Like, we're huge fans. My dad's like, where do y'all know him from? He goes, oh man, we follow him on YouTube, stuff like that. So my dad's like, you got it like that? Like, motherfuckers in Australia know who you are? I was like, I'm trying to tell you, I'm a big deal, man.
That's crazy. That's
like,
crazy.
I'm like, for real. So fast forward a couple years later, he comes to my first show in Denver. No, his first show see me in Denver. And he's looking like, nigga, all these motherfuckers in here for you? I'm like, I told you.
Yeah.
And I did my show. That nigga was like, bro, like, I didn't know you did it like that. Like, you had it done.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this little petty ass nigga was like, so how much we make at the door, man? I was like, yeah, we ain't make nothing.
Yeah, we.
What is this we you speak
Yeah,
of?
for real. But I mean, now that they see like how far it goes, like how many people like how many of their relatives see, they see it and they're like, oh man, like your son is hilarious, man. Like all my kids show him his videos and stuff like that. But they fuck with it now. But at first they're like, nah, man, like you better find something else to do.
Right.
Do you remember the first time you got recognized?
Yep. It was in Minnesota for the tournament that I got called to come do.
Okay.
It was a whole bunch of like kids from the soccer field, man. It was crazy.
Oh, kids is different.
That
That's different.
was when I got I asked to do my first autograph. I was like, oh snap! Like, who do I make this out to? Like, you know what? I'm like, yeah.
You're like,
so
Jesus
cute.
Christ.
Yep.
How about you, Thomas? What do your parents think?
My parents are actually surprised. They were, I was surprised by it. They were pretty supportive. Like, I think the main reason is because I'm still in school. That's why, like, if I had dropped out and doing stand-up, it'd be a different story. But since I'm still in school, they've been pretty supportive. I think they probably thought it was like just like a hobby until like I remember the summer going into sophomore year. That's why I was back home in Seattle, and I'd be like going out hitting open mics at night, like, and they're like, oh wow, he actually cares about this. You know, he actually wants to do this. Because I think my parents know is like whenever I got my mind set to something, they know like, yeah, Thomas will do it. So they've been pretty supportive. They actually came out to like my first show. Oh, not my first show. They saw me perform for the first time. It was like in June. And so like them and then like a couple of my uncles and aunties, they came out. So that was cool. I was low-key nervous because I was like,
I would be, wouldn't you?
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, it wasn't even like if I make them laugh. It was like, it's like they're like right there.
It's like your two worlds colliding. You're like,
yeah, exactly. But they've been pretty supportive about it, you know. Yeah, because I think we'll see how supportive they are once I graduate. Then they're like,
it is a different
what's
story.
the?
Key. It's like bills need to be paid. It's a whole other thing. But I'm glad that you're taking advantage. I always told them like she grew up with my little cousin, and she does social media as well. Mela, you should check her out. Mela Moses everywhere. Like in college, like that is a great demographic. Like it's a playground basically. You know what I mean? So like that young group, like take advantage of the library or the gym or the football games, whatever. Because it's tougher when you get older and you have to like make shit happen. Where you have it all there, so you might as well take advantage. You know what I mean?
I'll give my dad a bit more credit. He actually, I don't want to seem like all my parents. Like my dad, like I think just recently now he's like actually like talking about. He's like, yeah, this is your career. Like whenever I talk about something, he's like, yeah, this is your career. This is your career. It's like what you got to do. So it's like, yeah, he's definitely been supportive on that aspect of it. So it's like, I don't want to. Even when I came back to the crib after like open mics, I went by this stage named Tommy E. It's silly. It's a different story. Yeah. But every time I come on, he's like, Tommy E. is in the building. Yeah. So he's pretty supportive.
It's really a thing that he like sees it as a career too. Because like you said, they're always fine with it.
That's actually does not happen
in school.
You're
and
lucky,
it's a hobby.
Bro. I know. I was like surprised. Like, wow.
Right.
Yeah. Usually, sometimes it's like a kicking you out the house situation.
Yeah,
it gets
go that
real.
far.
Or like
right.
get a real
really
job.
We talk about it here. Like I feel like social media, like almost like romanticizes like following your dreams. It's like there's a reality of it because you have to eat. You have, and some parents think you're like worshiping the devil by doing this type of like, isn't it? And we're not. We're just
man. It's
like we love them. We love them. Mom and dad love you, but
we're trying to follow our dream. Like this is crazy. Like,
but I think to your point, like once your dad saw you make all these people feel good, it's like, oh, like you're doing something, you know what I mean? Because that's your talent that God blessed you with. So like you're serving people, just not surgery or
it sucks though. Like they have to like wait until it's acceptance from some, like there's an external acceptance.
Why can't it just start from
like I need support from day one, man.
Like they don't clock it early. Sadly.
Yeah, and you're like, I clocked it since I was day one.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Now you want to be cool with it? Like, now that I done made it? No, I'm joking.
Do you get nervous have you performed in front of your family?
Yep, I have. Yep, it was normal because they were in the back. It didn't really matter, but I was like shocked because it was like, all right, man. Because after my shows, it usually turns into parties. Like back in the day when I first started doing shows, like the club owner, whoever it is, bringing me to that city to do the show. They're like, oh, and then we're gonna do an after party afterwards. I'm like, all right, cool. Same thing happened in Denver, and I'm like, all right, mom, dad, y'all should go home. We about to turn up, man. Like, please go home. I tell these jokes in front of y'all. I can't turn up in front of y'all though, man.
So me and her, we were on the front. Seats of your show last night. I told you off camera how some of your jokes we were like, I screamed. Remember, I screamed. It was like, I can't believe he's saying that. I don't want to tell them. You have to go see him live somewhere. Have you performed those type of jokes in front of your parents?
No, not yet. No.
Okay. Thomas knows what I'm talking about.
We were talking about earlier. If the joke you're talking about earlier, nah, that joke is very new. It's like third time that I've told it, and that joke is working like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that was jaw dropped when you started saying. I was like, oh my god, there's just
I thought about it.
Because it's real, but it's oh my god.
Because I know growing up, like I was like it was cool to play my videos like in front of your family, like during Thanksgiving or something like that. But like my stand up set, like I'm not gonna say it's X-rated or anything like that, but like I just took a leap of faith with that particular joke, and it's hitting right now for sure.
Yeah, no, the crowd went crazy.
Literally, because we all could relate. Like we just can't even
because it's real, but it's like you're the one who actually said it. And we're like, like I literally yelled. It was insane. Really quickly, just selfishly, I just need you guys to both answer this question: who's the GOAT comic? Comedian.
GOAT. Ooh, that's just one comedian, the GOAT.
That's what you always say.
Right.
You
Let's
could
do
rank-
top 3. Like y'all favorites, top 3.
Oh, top 3. All right, that's better. I gotta say Jamie Foxx. Dave Chappelle's up there. Oh my God, man! I don't want to.
Dave Chappelle.
right?
I'm gonna say Russell Peters.
Oh, that surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's my guy.
I'm not mad at that. How about you,
Hell
Thomas?
yeah.
Like my top 3 favorite or go?
Go.
Like your goat, I guess.
Yeah.
I think mine would probably be my big 3. Definitely be Dave Chappelle for sure.
I knew I liked
Pryor,
Okay.
Richard Pryor, and Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
Yeah, Eddie and Dave were kind of like the reason like I got into stand up. So I really love those two.
Yeah, the last show that he did at or special, I was like, he's freaking amazing. The Powerful Dreamer, it's amazing. Awesome, guys. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back after these short messages. All right, guys, we are back. That was just a shameless plug. I also want you guys to follow Thomas and Gergish because they're killing on social media as well. And then you mentioned you have a YouTube channel, right? Or are you still consistent on your YouTube channel? Where are you doing YouTube
Not as
videos?
much, man. Most of my content's on IG now.
Okay, gotcha. He's like, I
need
want
to get
Hollywood
back.
now.
Yeah, I need to get back on YouTube though. I don't know why I just stopped doing that.
Oh, trust me, we could tell you, it's a
Yeah.
grind. It's being consistent on YouTube. It's
Yeah, you
the
got
long
to.
form content. It's a grind. Yeah. So we're gonna get into. Should we do yours? Yeah.
Start with the icebreakers.
Yes. So
Actually,
we are
probably doesn't
doing,
anymore.
yeah, but we're doing the Would You Rather. Hermelie's going to sound off on that. And then we're also going to play a She's a 10 game. They don't know any of these. So I'm so excited for you guys. And you guys could either do rapid fire or give us a little blurb on why. We might disagree with you. So let's get into it. You want to start off with Would You Rather?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
This is
Y'all
interesting.
rather.
Crack his neck.
Y'all were just like prepping for it.
I'm scared.
It's
He's
not
ready to
bad, guys.
hurt somebody.
But would y'all rather always smell like onions, like wherever you go, like you cannot
You know, in our
ever
culture.
mask it, like
Yep.
no perfume, no cologne ever, or every girl you think is cute happens to be your cousin?
That's
Your
fucked up.
crush always happens to be your cousin.
You ate with that.
Literally, because that's literally hell or hell.
Yeah.
That's
So
fucked up,
pick
man.
one. The class is waiting.
I guess the onions. That sucks though. Golly, gotta be the onions.
Okay.
Which
Small
I hate because
Proof and like
I
it's not
hate
even regular.
I hate it smelling like onions. That shit was horrible.
You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
You can't avoid it.
Do I used to take a nap, and usually when I know my mom's gonna cook, I'm out of there. I'm like, yep, I'm going outside for forever. I'll take a nap and wake up and just be like, oh my God, it's too late, bro. I already smell like I didn't shut my damn closet, my bedroom door. Like I'm screwed, man. So,
Yeah.
oh my God, the
I
onion
would
shit was
I would
serious.
literally run from the stairs out to the garage door. And by the time I got in the car, I smell like it.
Bro, that shit did not.
Just the second I was there, it's insane.
And my grandma like cooks constantly, so every day it's onions.
Yeah, but honestly, the food hit. It's worth the food, honestly,
hits,
low
but,
key.
like,
so I'm good with it.
It does. I got
the
this
process
joke
of-
that I got this joke that I say. I was like, man, like going back home for the first time. I was like, everything's real out there. I was like, the food is 10 times more potent. I was like, bro, I ate injera out there, man. Like, my fingers still smell like that shit. I've been back for 3 months, bro. Like,
3 months is crazy.
But how about you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take the. I'm not smelling like onions. I'm sorry. I'm taking the.
So you're saying
yeah.
every baddie that you come
Right.
across is your blood relative.
Sorry, yeah, I have too much trauma with the onions. I'm not taking. It's gonna have to get to a point where it's like
a little bit.
crossover to white woman. There's no way. Sorry, Dr. Umar. All right, black woman gonna be
So I'm
mad
gonna
at
stick with
that.
a medium
All right.
ugly girl and just
Right.
deal with that because I can't do. No, I feel you. We all have been there.
I
where we
can't.
smell like
Yeah, the
onions.
onion. Oh my gosh, it's just
Ooh,
too much.
I'm
Bro.
thinking one off the top of my head, and then you to you, Hermelo. Okay, then would you rather want to you smell like onions all the time, or no matter where you go, you smell onions
I'll smell onions,
I'll
bro.
smell onions.
more than smelling?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Wait, what's your question? You smell like it?
You no. You either smell like it or you smell it.
Oh,
So in the shower, in your car, and whatever,
I'll smell
all
it.
you do
I
is
don't
smell
want
it.
to smell like it. I'd rather
Yeah.
smell it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree. I just want to see what you're gonna say.
But do you want to start your?
No, we
She's
finished.
a
Would you rather?
That was the. Would you rather?
Oh, okay, that was a would you rather. Okay, awesome. Okay, now let's get into she's a 10 but. Okay, so for the audience, we have a couple here. So I just want you guys to answer and then give a little, rate her, and then you could share anything, your trauma or whatever you want to share. Okay, she's a 10, but she makes noise when she's chewing her food.
2, bro. Sorry. I be.
Damn.
Is that a big? I don't know. That just irks me, bro. There's something about just chewing loud. My dad used to do that. Well, he still does all the time, and I'd move away from him, and he get mad when I did that. Obviously, dad and a girl is 2 different things, but still, just the come on.
This is part of the game is that's a big one for him. How about you?
That's not gonna be that much of a drop for me. I guess she'll be a 9 because of that.
Okay.
Like, I'm not hating on her just because she chews loudly. So.
Okay.
I'm so
Everyone's
she hungry, eat, girl. I like to feed my girls, man.
Immediately.
So I see. We always say this: our niggas never overlap, and your girls will never overlap, which is great.
Yeah.
Are you gonna read the next one?
Okay, so she's a 10, but she's always running late.
You know, Habesha time. Habesha time.
Gosh, bro, she's a 5 now.
Okay.
Maybe even a 4, man. Oh my
Okay.
God, Habesha girls are late every. It's so crazy.
No,
I know so many girls who are just late to everything. It's so bad. Like you'll give them like a 2-hour window. I'm like, man, you're still 4 hours late. Like I gave you 2 hours to get ready. Like what is
What
this?
it is though? It's because like
She feels
we
triggered.
always. Oh no, that's not me today. Just different. I was late, guys,
she
today
was
for the
late.
shoot.
She was late today, guys.
But what's it called? What's it called? They always assume that everyone else is gonna be late. So
I
it's
will say that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like let's say if there's an event at like 4 p.m.
They
they're gonna
think
be
the other
everyone
people-
else is gonna come at 6, so I'm not gonna be the first one there.
Wow.
That's the thought process.
like Bible, that's real.
I get it.
But with events,
Which
not
is
like
still a
when-
trash.
I've never heard
That's
that
really
before.
trash, but still, I think that's what because they know the culture.
Yeah,
that's what
we
she-
always assume opposite timing. So especially like this is like for events though.
When you
Like
guys
for-
are in that bathroom, y'all just bullshit, and not doing anything.
First of all,
Just chilling.
y'all is crazy. I'm always on time. Y'all is crazy.
Yeah.
But I've gone to I TikToked it and it went kind of viral. I went to a baby shower a birthday party. The invitation said 4. I got there at like 4:04, and I was helping them set up. Even the hostess was
Yeah.
like, and they didn't get there
Same.
till 6:30 is when we like started the event, and I was like, I can't. What am I supposed to do?
Almost every girl is late, man. That's crazy.
Habesha people in general are late though, not just girls. But yeah, I would say we're getting ready and
I've
stuff.
only
So there's
went
like,
on time to like my friend's grad party one time, and the grad herself came 3 hours late.
They be doing that,
That's
but why? Why?
Oh,
We here for
Parents,
my,
it's
cut,
awkward too.
my cousin Kobe, the one who I was doing skits with from back in the day, man. I was the best man at his wedding, and I don't know what the hell the girls were doing and the bridesmaids and all them, but they showed up to the multi, not the main wedding, but the next day, the second day one, the cultural one, like 4 hours late. We were 15 minutes late to the main one, the main reception the night before, and the parents were on our helmet. The one the next day for 4 hours late, they didn't even say nothing to us, man. They were so pissed.
I get it.
I'm like, what was taking y'all so long? They goes, there's only one lady braiding all our hairs. I'm like, but y'all started at 6 in the morning. It's like 10 p.m. right now. It was bad.
Red appointments be taking
That's
forever.
rough. That's rough. Okay, this next one. She's a 10, but she's always flirting with your homies. Like just a little too.
She has a flirting personality.
Yeah.
2.
She's a 2 now.
2.
For sure.
2.
Kick rock. She's a 2 now.
Kick rocks. He's like,
Matter of
playing
fact, I'll leave
traffic.
y'all here, man. Enjoy yourselves. Man.
Y'all
I'm outta
really
here.
enjoy yourself. So yeah, go ahead and do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want to say about the late thing. My this is crazy. This is a true story. For my grad party, for when I graduated high school, because of how Habesha people always be late, my mom sent out 2 different invitations. She sent out one to all of my family that had the start time 2 hours ahead, and she sent one to all the non-Habesha people that started exactly at that time. But here's the thing: they still showed up late. I don't know.
But it probably gave a buffer a little bit so they weren't as late, maybe.
But then how do you still show up
I
late
know.
when?
It actually, like, if we really talk about it, it's one of the genuinely one of the most frustrating things ever. I do not like when people are that much late. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
We just have to like drop the assumptions at this point.
Yeah.
As a collective, as Habeshas, we just gotta
Yeah.
stop assuming.
Yeah, this is
that
a PSA.
everyone-
I want to hear y'all answer to that the last one.
Which
The-
one?
Flirty?
Yeah, the flirting. Yeah.
So
Negative. For me.
yeah, because the word we're using is flirting, so it's not him being a gentleman or whatever. Because some girls can think of that as flirting. I'm like, no, he's just a decent guy. But flirting, yeah, I think that's strange.
Hell no.
Especially because also like for us, like our friends are like our friend group is like 2 of them are my cousins. Like, you know what I mean? So it's really close to home. It's not just like someone from work or whatever.
Yeah.
Can guys have multiple like female like really really close friends?
If we're friends with them as well.
What if what if they've been
Elaborate.
What if they've been friends for for a while and then you come into the picture?
Hermela, do you want to answer first? Then I can answer. Because
I'm talking, they've been tight for like 20, 30 years, and then you're into the picture. You guys are dating like 20 years.
If they grew up together, then okay. But if not, like I think guys aren't friends with girls they're not attracted to. That's just usually especially like the guys that I know, or a lot of guys like none of their friends
about it,
are like
Mella.
ugly in their eyes. Do you know what I mean? So if you have if all your friends are girls, I'm sorry, they just literally just never let you.
Yeah, we say that. Pack it up. Pack it up.
Pack it up immediately. And so also with the flirting, I feel like for girls, we're just like usually like nice, like you guys might read it the wrong way. Do you know what I mean? You might guys might read it sexually. If a guy's flirty with another girl, you really are actually trying to get your point across. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
It's a negative.
Yeah, I think this is why I love the discussion of men and women, because the perspectives are wildly different. Okay, this next one. She's a 10, but she isn't feeling the gursha. If you wanted to give her.
Wait, like she doesn't take gursha?
Oh, yeah, yes. To the
She said, "Ow."
She said, "Ow." I'm like, she hit you. What happened? You all right?
I went back to add these real quick.
Why isn't she feeling the gursha? Like, what am I?
Like, let's say you go to and she's like,
She says no.
she's just not into it. She's like,
If it's just me and her, I'm like, all right. She's a 7. If it's just she does it in front of everybody, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of painful. Yeah, that's.
Okay. She's a 10, but she's dated one of your homeboys.
Ha.
What?
Wait. Yeah,
Bricks,
run that back. Wait.
One of your friends, like she's dated them like a while ago.
Oh,
like
she's
years back.
Mm-hmm.
so she's.
Were we friends? Were we already friends? Like
What,
me and my friend?
Distant friend. You guys aren't like that's not your man's, but like that's like a friend of a friend. Like he knows. Do you know what I mean?
She dated him when? How long ago? Like
There's the specifics.
nah, for sure.
Like a couple years, like 2 years, 3 years. She's a 10.
She's a 5 now.
Dang.
Would you give her a chance?
Nah,
Really?
I wouldn't even. Nah.
How about you?
I don't know, because for me, if it's like dating back, I don't even know if it'd be considered a real relationship, because for me, that'd just be high school. I like wouldn't.
Oh, gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? But still, I don't know. For me, that's like one border I don't cross. Like if my friends have dated this girl, like I'm not even gonna, just out of respect for my friend.
Same.
Just like, and it's just like, yeah.
Did y'all agree?
Or as far as friends, like there's so many people in the world. Why am I going after this guy when
exactly.
she's like it's
Exactly.
just that's weird behavior. Okay, she's a 10, but she wants all of your passwords in your accounts. You guys are public figures. So what are your thoughts on that?
She's a fucking 0. She's trash.
He went back
What? Damn.
Nah, yeah,
She wants
that's
all my passwords.
that's invasive. That's
Whoa.
invasive. No.
Hey, she ain't a 10 no more.
You just want to know though, like
Yeah, just
who's.
and you could have hers.
Right.
You could have her passwords.
I don't want it.
Should be
I
a
don't
trust
need it.
He's
aspect.
like, for what? Why do I?
Literally.
Yeah,
wild.
James, like there should be a trust aspect to it, where it's like, all right, what is this relationship really built upon? Like it's just exchanging. What are we doing? What are we middle school?
Is it?
Like what are we doing? It's
What are
like
we doing? Is it? That's actually it. Yeah.
I have this thing with my friends, where sometimes I just stop. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
What are
Just
we
like, let's
doing?
regroup, right?
Let's
I fully believe in. Let's unpack that. Some people, some wild stuff happens.
Crazy
It's like
trust
let's
issues,
unpack
yeah.
that. What would you do, Hermela? In that, like, let's say
Like if he asked for my password, absolutely not. We're no
You're done.
longer an item. Leave me alone. Actually, because that's insane.
To
Might as well
me-
get the prenup while we at it, man.
You just do not trust me. Like
That's
what's
crazy.
Yeah. Okay. This next one. She's a 10. Think about she is a 10, but she does not know Ethiopia, Eritrea on a map. She could not point it out. She thinks Africa is a country. Like let's.
Nah, no way you have to think about this one.
Go ahead. I've been asking all of them first. I want to hear you.
Nah, that's got to be a 0, dog. Nah,
Okay.
that's like no.
You don't think people know? Like, there's a lot of people who don't know where Eritrea is at, though.
Okay.
Ethiopia. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure people
Ethiopia.
don't-
Yeah,
A lot of people don't know where Eritrea is at. There's a lot of people who don't know where Eritrea is at.
yeah.
talking
Okay,
about
yeah.
that?
That's where. Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. What's your number?
Nah, I just 0.
0?
He's like 10 toes. I'm on it.
I will say 4.
Okay, what if she genuinely thinks Africa is a country?
Oh
like
my
that's a
gosh.
next level. That means she does not know anything about your background. Like,
she's out of there.
Not culture.
how do you guys connect? Yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
yeah.
There's no, no
can't-
We
chance,
can't
bro.
connect at that point.
We
God
can't.
Damn, this girl don't know shit, man. Get your ass out of here.
Think
But
Africa.
she is a 10 to you. Like, this is your dream girl.
God.
We're just making it more.
I'm waking up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm waking
I'm
up.
thinking. I'm like,
Good. You can lay down if you want. Take your
damn.
time.
I need to phone a friend, man. Hold on one second.
It's like if you don't know.
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna keep her a 4.
Okay.
She's still a 4.
Okay. And still 0 for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You're like
you can't
negative
go
2
lower.
at this point.
Ethiopia, you don't know. Ethiopia.
Okay, and then the last one that we have here is she's a 10, but your parents do not approve.
Oh my gosh. Mm,
Have you had your parents like disapprove of a girl before?
Great question.
no. Because all the ones I talked to were Habesha, so that's all that matters to them.
Would you
Should
date?
we unpack that for a
I was gonna
second?
say, would you date outside of Aberdeen?
Yeah, of course.
Or would
Of
you
course.
marry and would your parents say?
Man,
Now that's a good
I
question.
I tell people all the time, man, love is blind. Love ain't got no color, man. Like, you love who
Amen.
you love. So, I mean, I know my mom wouldn't like that shit. Like, if I married someone that wasn't Habesha, she probably wouldn't have it. She says this to me all the time. Like, she's like, man, when you gonna get married? When you gonna get married? I was like, yeah, I'm about to marry an Asian chick. She's like, no.
She's like, okay, take your time.
She's not like, she's all right, man, take your time for real. But, nah, I would say, she's still a 7 or 8 because I'm not going to blame her because my parents don't like her just because of her race.
I respect that.
But don't you think like maybe your parents are seeing something that you're not? Because like you're like blinded by love.
Nah,
in a
man.
sense?
So listen, man. I host a lot of Habesha weddings, man. I've been emceeing those weddings like a lot lately. And these weddings, I swear to God, are for the parents, man. It's not for the kids. Like,
Facts.
these weddings are literally like, they're literally redoing their own wedding the way that they've always wanted it to be. And they're literally taking,
Unpack that
and
action.
most of the time it's these parents who are paying for these weddings. So they're like, I done
Yeah.
spent 50, 60 G's on this wedding, man. We're gonna do it like this. And it's just like, man, the way they control the wedding stuff, like, you could tell like it's all about them and stuff. So I don't know, man. I just don't like how they just control that whole, like, this is supposed to be the bride's moment right here, but the husband can care less, man. He's like, man, I just want my wife to be happy, man. Like, I don't care. This ain't for me. Like, I'll spend whatever, but like, I done seen parents turn these weddings all the way upside down. I'm like, man, this was such a beautiful moment. You're messing it up right now, man. I don't know what you're trying to do right here, but
Anytime I've seen too, like I really have never seen a Habesha bride that was like having a good time. If I'm honest, like they're stressed.
But that's every
And I'm like,
wedding
it's
now,
your
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's true.
It's like
but
overwhelming.
I'm like, dang, yeah, because it does become part of And for context, these are events are 3-4 days. Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like how about you, Thomas?
Yeah.
Parents do not approve.
she's a 10.
Yeah.
But by the way, it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be in race or whatever. They just don't approve. It could be
Yeah.
they saw something, they're like, we don't like how she, whatever.
They're
It
not
doesn't
even
have to be race.
elaborating. They're just like, it's
Yeah.
something about her. Like, we don't think that that's the one for you.
Yeah,
That's
you
what they're saying, yeah.
usually Abishai parents are a bit more skeptical of things. Sometimes it comes out of a place of love. Sometimes they just being delusional. But like I think she'd still be up there though, like 8 or 9. Like if it's a race, I don't know. I feel like I see some recently. It was like Gen Z. Like we don't care too much about like race or like necessarily like tribe, or as compared to like our parents' generation where that was like a big thing, like dating or staying married within like the same like tribe or like
Yeah.
culture, you know. Whereas we're just like, hey, bro, white girl. That's not my thing. But for those of y'all, more power to y'all. I think for me, like I'd probably still rock with her, but I definitely still trust my parents' like intuition. But
What if your friends say that? Your best friends, your closest friends are like, we don't think that's the one for you. Or like there's something weird about her instead.
Damn.
Because usually like we think our friends know us more than our parents do. You know, with opposite parents, the difference and everything. So would it still be like an 8?
like my homeboys, Sometimes you don't know. You might have like that Judas in your friend group, like, bro, she ain't the one for you, bro. Next thing you know, he's like, hey, bro, what happened with her, bro? That's crazy.
And he's just following her like.
Yeah. Dang, I heard about what happened with you and bro. Hey, if you ever need some, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
They'd have to like really elaborate like why that's their opinion though.
You need to follow up.
Like, yeah, my mom, my dad, like, is like, man, you just saying that because you're saying it. But like my parents, my dad, I'm like, or my friends, I'm like, man, what do you know? Like, what did you find?
What did you see?
Yeah. What did you see, bro? Or what?
Gotcha.
How about you, Mila?
I if it comes down to like a thing that they can't change, which is like their race or whatever, or the job that they're doing, whatever the case is, then really it's my life. Like, you can't tell me nothing. But if it's something that they're concerned of, I would consider it. But if I'm honest, like, I'm gonna choose. I'm the person who I'm marrying this person. Like, so what? So it's my decision.
Facts.
So I don't think it will. And by the way, my parents are very supportive. They just are like, marry anyone, literally. Just if they're a Christian, that would be great. That's also my like something that's very important to me.
Yeah.
So and my family is very blended as well. So yeah. What I want to ask you guys from this conversation, though, and Hermela, I definitely want you to answer as well. Would you guys let your Habesha parents pick a partner out for you? Not an arranged marriage, but like they are the one who kind of sets it up.
Bro, my mom.
They're like, that's my
Kid
daily
you not,
life.
bro. Not even like 4 or 5 months ago, my mom sends me a picture of somebody. She's in a group chat with my sister, and she's like, Phil, what do you think of this girl? I was like, she's cool. He's like, what do you mean she's cool? I'm like, she's cool. What do you mean? Who is she? She's like, so this is mom's friend's daughter. I was like, what's that supposed to mean? I'm like, I'm saying she's 32. So I'm like, what the hell y'all getting at, bro? She goes, I'm just saying, like, she's available. I'm like, oh, y'all think she's crazy, bro.
Arranged marriage.
What?
They're arranging shit now.
Bro, the arranged marriage is real back home.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
If I'm gonna be honest, I also won't trust that. Like let me ask you this: you don't have to answer this, but like the picture that they sent of the girl, was she attractive to you?
Very attractive. She was pretty, for sure.
Because the guys that my parents are lined up, I'm like, can't do it.
Oh, yeah, they're out of pocket. Some of them out of pocket,
And
yeah.
he is like, he has a job, he makes this, and that's
He
it.
comes from good stuff. I'm like, he has gray hair. What are we doing? What
Wow.
are we doing?
Yeah, I feel like it's worse for the girls, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
most
wild. Yeah,
definitely.
so I'm like, the likelihood that I'm physically attracted to the guy, I'm not.
I hope it don't have to come down to that. I hope I don't have to go back home and find a wife.
That'd be crazy.
That would be wild, man.
On some like, you seen how like bit Eddie Murphy has? It's like where he feels like he has to go back home, like back to Africa to find a woman
to America.
to like no, I mean he has like a bit about it and like Raw. He's like Eddie, why you treat me like animal, Eddie?
I haven't
So
seen that. That's hilarious.
Eddie has that bit where he's like it's kind of hard to find a wife out here, especially for Eddie like back then in America. But like I don't know. For me, it'd be like I don't think I. What was the initial question? It was like, would you
let your parents pick out your partner?
Probably
or just set you
not.
up on dates or whatever.
Probably not, bro. I'll be honest. Nah.
No,
It's a no for me. Bro.
it's a thank you for the consideration, but
I'm gonna hold your hand.
I'm
Yep.
Gonna say yeah.
I've actually walked in, guys, on not an intervention, but like, oh, this family member is coming. You know, like when someone flies in, everyone has to come see them, right? So it was that, but then it was really giving like, I was running late and I didn't know they were waiting on me, and they're like, no, Mila, you need to meet this person. And later on, my sister was like, I'm sorry, babes, but they're definitely trying to like set you. I don't know if you see. It was giving that, and I
Wow.
was livid.
You didn't see it?
Well, and the initial no, I was just like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. Like, so how was the flight, whatever. But they were like waiting on me, and I was like, y'all can eat whatever. Like, I didn't think it was anything big. I don't even think I told you.
I don't think you did.
And later on, I told my mom, I was like, never again, because I feel bad for the guy. Like, at least let me know, but also like,
Did he know? Like, was he like coming in the hopes?
I
Like,
don't think
he
so.
really
And by the way, great guy, whatever, but like not like that. Like what?
You looking for that visa?
Like right?
Looking for that visa.
I'm barely in the club. How can I help you? Like what?
And they do that as if like we have no hope for you. Like, oh man, it's a wrap,
Yeah.
man. Like, there's no other choice for these kids, man.
And it really got me to be like, wait, am I doing okay? And my siblings like, dude, you're fine. Like, go live your life. I'm like, what do they see that they're like, she needs help? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
Yep.
it's their timeline. Like
Yeah.
in their time, someone my grandma's like friend or something called me, and she was like, you need to start planning for a wedding. Mind you, I just graduated literally like last year.
Literally.
And I was like, babes, I'm 23. What are you talking about? Like, no, you need to start, like, you're not going to be like single till you're 26. Start planning. I was like, honey,
that's way too early, man. You still living, man.
23, bro. That's crazy, no, babes. Like, they're so,
it's
like,
exhausting.
they see in their timeline.
Yeah.
So
and then if we really want to get into it, it's also like how they come at us versus how they come at y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Separate things.
Oh, for sure.
I don't get the urgency.
For sure.
Like, y'all could kiki to y'all 50. You
Yeah.
know? We can't. Sometimes like, yeah.
Yep. Y'all's clock is.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, it's so unfair.
the way
It's
the
so unfair.
dice rolls.
I think that's a great way to end the episode. Anything that you guys want to share, anything that you want to plug, I'm going to put all of your ads and descriptions down below, but anything you want to share before we head on out of here?
Tour coming soon. Look out for that for sure. We're going to be everywhere, man. We're going to be overseas. We got some nice spots to be for y'all to check out, man. It's going to be dope. That's all I can think of right now.
Don't want to miss it. How about you, Thomas?
Shoot, I got class in August, bro. If y'all trying to catch me in between my classes, bro, I'll crack some jokes, you know. But if you guys are in the USC area, let me know. I run a monthly show out there, and I'm at the Comedy Store as well. So if you guys are around, hit a brother up. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram, and yeah,
that's real. It's like, this is what I got going on.
Yeah. Y'all got
For
the tours, bro. I'll do tours around dorms. Shoot,
going crazy.
Yeah.
Student centers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Appreciate y'all for having us.
Yeah,
man.
this is great.
This
Thank
was
you
so
guys.
much fun.
This
You guys
was dope.
delivered. Seriously.
This was
You
dope.
guys
Likewise,
delivered.
man. Likewise.
Yeah.
This is dope, man. Hey, man, check them out. Follow. Hit that follow button, man. Can't wait for y'all to see this, man.
Like,
Reset.
first.
What do we say for the outro?
Okay.
Follow, notifications
Oh.
on.
You want to do the outro?
You had
our handles and stuff like that?
You go. Yeah.
Y'all know what it is, man. Filmon, a.k.a. Gergish, man. Follow me on Filmon, a.k.a. Gergish on Instagram.
You guys can follow me too at Thomas Endashaw on Instagram. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what more content you guys want to see. What your favorite part of the episode was. If you guys thought we were funny or not. And yeah. You guys want to close it? I don't know.
Break out in a renegade or something. All right, guys, that is it. We'll see you in our next episode.
Peace.